whether they're engaged in treatment in their own community or in an inpatient extended treatment centre, there are young people with severe and persistent mental health issues who need a targeted approach to education in a specialised environment. Because for them, that's the only way back to learning, and all that learning can mean for anyone's future. Inpatient education programs and support schools for young people with mental health issues need to address the fact that their students are likely to have missed large amounts of school, missed out on life experiences that promote development, and have very high levels of anxiety as well as other mental health challenges. So teaching staff have to provide an environment and experiences that take account of those things while they make sure that the individual needs of each student are met by the learning opportunities they offer. Clever curriculum planning to align with the skills and readiness of each student is the key. Once they're comfortable in the environment, some young people might be able to engage with multiple strands of the curriculum. That could include the learning areas. But lived experience has shown that there are young people whose needs are met best by an initial focus on a specific aspect of the general capabilities dimension, personal and social capability. Sadly, with the experiences they've already had, many young people in this group will be feeling misunderstood and that learning is something out of their reach, when in fact they just haven't had access to the right education approach to support them. So a positive teaching style and methodology that enables success has to drive education planning. And continually considering each student's specific situation will allow teachers to offer learning experiences that enable every young person to access the most effective aspects of each dimension of the curriculum. So, an individualized program based on the unique challenges and interests to suit particular needs and strengths will be the only way to lay the groundwork for expanded learning. Dedicated and well-informed teaching staff must have a vigilant, flexible approach. Then young people can not only reach a series of learning outcomes, but begin to look forward to new challenges that will engage and empower them. This is significant because having options and opportunities will have previously, for many in this group, seemed impossible. All young people who've been isolated from education for long periods will be dealing with obstacles. These will differ from one student to the next, but there are some shared barriers associated with educational and social disengagement due to severe and complex mental health issues. Many will not only have been detached from education, but from aspects of daily living that play a key role in development. And missing experiences at this vital stage can mean that a young person won't have acquired some of the abilities and skills they'll need in adult life. Developmental delay is something that specialised teachers can determine by a young person's behaviour and capabilities, augmented by information from their clinical experts and guidance officers, and an ongoing collaborative relationship with the student's family or carers. The patience and respect that educators in this environment have for students extends to the people who've endured each young person's journey alongside them. Those who know the young person best are a valuable resource, and conferring and working with families will inform a teacher's understanding and planning. So, the triangle of care that is effective in a young person's health treatment is a model that will also play a pivotal role in education practice. Starting a new education program won't be simple for students who've tried multiple ways of accessing learning support that ultimately couldn't accommodate their mental health issues. So the first hurdle can often be just being in a classroom. When they're able to sustain that, the next stage will be having the composure and concentration to do something constructive in those surroundings. Teachers with experience in this area will have the capacity to gauge when each student is ready to take in and process information and to attempt new things. Several types of activities and resources in these early stages that frame the positive understanding environment offer opportunities for the diverse needs of these students. Elements that stimulate expression, self-worth and personal responsibility and promote good physical health, with the flexibility to allow for mental health issues to be accommodated, are very important. A foundation of personal growth can then be followed by another cornerstone of development, the capacity to connect with others. So, opportunities to see and develop a range of effective social skills and to establish peer relationships need to be facilitated at the right time for each student. Both inpatient and support school classrooms for young people dealing with severe mental health issues exist in a community, and both will be focused on gradually integrating their students into a life as part of the wider community. With the support of expert staff who undertake careful planning and the presence of other courageous students, when ready, a student can be involved in activities that connect with other people and places beyond home and school. These kinds of experiences will mean a new understanding of vital aspects of the world and of living, as well as the growth of autonomy. For example, mental health issues can mean that taking public transport is something a young person can't even contemplate without feeling overwhelmed. Being able to be in public, make decisions, interact with strangers and experience unfamiliar and possibly intrusive sounds and sights and smells aren't minor when your world has been a carefully managed indoor existence. So to be part of planning outings, spending money somewhere other than online, and responding to the unexpected without major repercussions will be a meaningful achievement. And to accomplish those things will mean the growth of hope that life could be different, that a person who didn't have a life might actually be someone with capabilities and a future. Life skills of many kinds are something that all young people and their families affected by serious mental health issues stress as important. Education, after all, is to prepare us for living in the world, and to be able to move towards achieving goals and being independent is foremost in the minds of students, so should be the focus of those teaching them. An adept, specialised education team will utilise connections with other learning and training options so that expanded learning and development opportunities can be accessed at an appropriate time for each student. Other forms of study, skill development or training can be integrated into a young person's program so that transitions to new environments and challenges happen at an appropriate pace, while now familiar elements continue to provide stability and support. A world of choices, when open to young people who feel empowered, will not be as overwhelming as it was previously when they felt stuck or lost, incapable, even hopeless. The learning and development that builds on an ever-strengthening foundation will be an enduring resource. Enabling young people who may have previously felt powerless in too many real-world situations can mean the difference between a young person whose life is a detached existence dependent on welfare and extensive carer support, and a productive independence where fulfillment and participation are an ongoing reality. So the educators who focus solely on young people with severe and persistent mental health issues make a profound impact. In creating a bridge to the kind of life that all young people deserve, they play an essential role in the education system. Without teachers with specialized knowledge and skills supporting students in tailored learning environments, young people who had otherwise disappeared might never re-engage, not just in learning, but in the kind of living that many of us take for granted.